Hey there, kids. It's me, Oni the Unicorn. And I'm here to tell you that f***ing your dreams ain't cheap. In fact, it costs a ton of cash to do. So that's why me and the Oh No Radio Show need your help. Just go to the website displayed below and hit us up with some cash, yo. $1, $5, $1 million if you have it to spare. Any amount is appreciated. Well, I gotta go because these dreams ain't gonna fuck themselves. See ya!
No, 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 no.
No! God, please, no! Oh, no.
You are listening to the Oh No Radio Show.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Why was it in the 70s? Greek men were like the biggest sex symbols in the world. Oh no, baby! We are back again with another edition of the Oh No Radio Show, and I'm thankful I can just be here because I felt like I might have been on death's door earlier this week. I'm not even gonna lie. We'll get to that in just a second, but if this is your first time listening, my name is Owen. I am the captain of this shit ship. Along with me is my good friend Mike B, my mustached muse.
Hey, what's happening? How you doing?
Good. And, of course, from the Great White North, the giant lizard wizard himself. It's Ty, everybody.
Hey. Happy to be wizarding.
Yeah, my friend. So, I'll just get right into it. I think this was a more painful experience getting food poisoning earlier in the week than even breaking my clavicle. I feel like this was it was more pain than I've ever had in my life. I was also sleep deprived because of the ridiculous, like, sort of stomach cramping issues. There was a lot of shitting that went on. There was a lot of shitting. A fair amount of vomiting also went on. My puke count, Ty, went real high.
Yeah. Big spike.
And yeah, I'm thankful to say that I believe all of that is behind me. Day to day, I have been getting better and better, and my strength has been getting better. Didn't eat for a few days there. I also barely got any sleep. I was not the happiest boy. And I actually, it started on Sunday night, okay? It started on Sunday evening. Now, granted, I had maybe, gone a little heavy Saturday night, and I was sort of hungover that whole day, but my hangover...
What is sort of heavy? Wait. What is sort of heavy?
Oh, I'll get it. Well, okay. Let's see. Me and Teresa did have those mimosas, so that's 2 bottles of champagne.
Whoa! You said we had those mimosas.
Yeah, we had.
And then you go 2 bottles of champagne.
One for each. I mean,
yeah.
That's what you do.
Champagne drunk is a different drunk.
Yeah. Well, I, honestly, it's sort of it's related, unrelated, but yeah. On that Saturday, one of the things I want to talk about, what we did that was fun, is like we were sort of celebrating Teresa's like career direction and like a more solidified path in her life, right? And she wanted to do Mimosa Day, and she's like, you know what? We should play some games. And I got one of those little retro pie things like you've got, Mikey, right? With all the games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all that stuff on them. And a little emulator thing. So I took one of my monitors. We set it up outside on a table where we could sit on our porch. Got full sound. Got the thing running. It's going through my stereo. I've got it so I can mix in video game sounds and music. So I'm doing it super fancy, you know. And then we were chilling out, listening to music, playing some old, Super Nintendo hits while drinking, a couple bottles of champagne. So that was fun. I definitely had a few beers. Definitely went to the commission. Probably had a few White Claws mixed in there as well. Like Sunday was pretty hungover, and champagne tends to get that way to me, but. Over the course of the few days of the weekend, we were trying to narrow down exactly what the food poisoning came from. And,
that was my question.
Well, this
Chinese
is it.
food?
This is it. I'm gonna give you 3 guesses, because over the course of these 3 days, there were 3 things that I could, basically, narrow down. And I want you guys to guess which one you think it was.
Okay.
So, one of the days, I got pho. Right? That was when that's like my hangover cure. And that was one of the things that I always get. I've gone to the same place a million times. It's always been good to me. And so it's like, that shit is bomb diggity, right?
Still possible, for sure.
Second one is I cooked a meal for myself at one point. And it was nothing fancy. It was just some... those like frozen chicken things that are breaded. They've got shit in the inside. You got like chicken cordon bleu ones. You got ones with broccoli and cheese.
Say that again.
Yeah, I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah, say what did they have? What was the variety you mentioned?
Yeah, they got a lot of
cordon.
shit. They put shit
What?
in the cordon bleu. Cordon bleu.
There it is. That's the one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I'm starting a band.
That one. Cordon bleu. How do you say it?
Cordon bleu.
Cordon bleu?
Yeah.
No, it's cordon bleu. It's cordon bleu.
No, it's French. What do you? Cordon bleu.
Nah, that's not the ones I got. Yours must be different.
Okay, that's why you got food poisoning, because you're ordering offhanded cordon bleu chicken. That's what
It is actually. It says it. Cordon bleu.
Blah. They're my brand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did that with some vegetables and stuff. So that's your second choice. And the third choice is on the day of the drinking, we did go down to the bar, the commission at the end of the road here, and they had a food truck outside, a Cajun crawfish boil food truck.
That's the one.
So, it's like, what's your guesses?
There's my finger. Yeah, right there.
You're buying crawfish out of a truck, Owen?
Yeah. It was delicious. It was delicious.
I bet it was good.
Yeah. It was awesome. So, funnily enough, definitely wasn't the food truck, guys. Definitely wasn't the food truck. I ate that with both my wife, my friend Gina, and my friend Hugh had some. All of which, completely fine. No stomach issues whatsoever, right?
Okay, but here's the deal, Owen. That guy could have scratched his butt and then touched your plate, and whatever little dingleberry he had on his finger. Hold on. Had on his finger, it got in yours, and
impossible.
Then there was no more dingleberry.
Impossible.
There is a dingleberry percentage in here that is possible. It's true.
You're not listening to me, because this was a big thing where we spent like $40 and we all chipped in, and we basically brought it a big bag of shit, right? And we brought it back to the house as we were leaving the bar, so everyone had the same thing. We threw all the shit in one huge bowl. We all dug in. We threw our shells in another bowl. It was one of those outdoor eating experiences. It was fun. It was delicious. You don't like that stuff?
Let's talk about your Vietnamese place.
I was just gonna say, no, please. Can I just have my own little? I just want to separate my food out. And you know what? If after that you guys want to dig in the same gross handsy bowl,
Hey,
Go
come on.
for it.
That's the whole point of the whole food, like the whole boil experience. What are you scared of, you big baby? What are you still wearing masks out there? You still what are you doing? You still wearing masks? Shit.
I don't listen, dude. Even when my dad
didn't even
used
wash
to,
my hands. Didn't even wash my hands before I dug in
that just
there.
makes you gross, okay?
Don't
But even when my dad would like lay all the turkey out there, I was pretty insistent. Like, let's get some tongs over here. Like,
oh, come
I don't really want
on.
people like thumbing through turkey like a stack of cards or
No,
magazines to find the right piece.
You chop the turkey, and then you use a fork to grab your turkey and put it on a plate.
I've seen some places where people are just freehanding turkey, and
I'm not freehanding turkey. I'm not freehanding turkey. I'm freehanding crab legs, anything in a boil type scenario. And yeah, come on. Like I'm in favor of the boil, everybody dig in scenario, but not turkey. Not turkey. I'm with you there. So yeah. Everybody else was fine from that. Teresa was fine with my cooking from, the time that I cooked with my cordon bleu, and it really did turn out. It had to have been the pho place.
And that's a sad one.
And
that's your spot, right?
That's my spot. It's right down the street. It's hangover cure. And Teresa, while she did order something from there, it was completely different and could have like easily not had the same sort of contamination that mine had. I think it was in the broth or in the beef skewers, because like I had some beef skewers that are delicious, but I also had a big bowl of pho with their broth and their chicken, right?
That broth just could have been older.
That's
skunky.
That's sad. That's kind of, I think, what it was. I mean, I'm talking, this thing had me bent over to the point where I'm like, if this is not just even a fraction better tomorrow, or especially if it gets any worse, I'm going to the ER. Like, I can't handle this pain. Like, it was in fucking tense. I also think I might have done the wrong thing and ate all the Tums and drank all the Pepto. And then I think I did all of that, so that then it like made it worse and stuffed me up, so I couldn't shit. So I think
so you're holding all the poison.
I'm holding the poison inside, and then like every time I threw up, I was just like getting the poison out. I felt, whether it was psychological or actually helping, like I was throwing up to the point where it was just like, yes, get the poison out. And I felt better every time, and then I'd go and I'd get 15 minutes sleep, and then the pain would wake me up in my abdomen. I thought maybe I had a gallstone or some shit, or like my gallbladder is gonna have to get removed or something like that.
Fucking hell, yeah.
I every now and then I get like gas pain, but when it's happening, it's like it'll be pretty intense to the point where I'm like, oh god, like I might have to ask, like, go home from work, or oh man. And then literally like, I'll fart and it stops and I'm like, oh, just had a fart, no mind. Like it gets so bad where I'm like, I feel like I should go to the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I guess I'm fine again.
Yeah. Back in action. Here we go.
Ready to go.
Let me grab another Bang Energy. I'm seeing this discussion with Norm in the chat room here. He says when people put their hands inside of chip bags instead of pouring some out in their hands, and you're agreeing with him, like a little bowl and load up, Mike.
Make a little hand. Yeah.
You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. You reach your hand in the bag and you grab the fucking chips like a man, and you put them on your paper plate, and then you lick your hands and you're like, you know what? I want a few more, and then you're going back in for a couple.
No, but it's easy. It's so easy to just like sprinkle a couple chips on your plate instead of reaching in like a goddamn heathen.
No.
What if
you're mucking up the rest of the chips?
I do the pour technique instead. So my hands don't go in. I just pour it into my mouth, and then I give it to you after.
Does your mouth touch the bag at any point?
Actually, only on slight accidental occasions. But
no, see, that's
normally.
why you do. I mean, It's better than the full hand in there, but see, now you're like, and plus you don't do that. I guess it's okay because you only really do that like right at the end, right? Like you're not like fresh popping a bag and then like trying to get the whole ass big.
Yeah,
How do you guys
the
feel
whole
then?
sack.
How do you guys feel then if you're at say like a barbecue party, right? And like people have laid out all the everything, right? And you've got like your chips. And maybe you've got like 3 different, like a huge plate, like with a bunch of different chips. And are like, what's your policy then? Because you can't just pick up the whole thing and fucking make a goddamn.
Don't have chips.
You just don't have the chips. You're
Skip
not.
chip.
You're just.
No,
You're not
be
gonna grab
smart.
a
Leave
little
'em in the
handful
bag.
and just a little handful and put them on your plate. That's too much for you.
Yeah, I would much rather you just like leave them in the bag.
This
like,
is
let
probably
me get
this-
them out.
This is probably
What
the
about bar nuts? You guys ever do?
Oh,
bar nuts?
I love a good bar nut.
Yeah.
No, well, okay, because at the one bar I ever went to that did it, you're like, hey man, can I get a bowl of
You get
whatever
a
the
personal
Chex Mix
Some of them
personal
nuts.
bar nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just pour you out like a little bowl. They weren't like out on the bar top, like just here, put your hand in.
I'm a little iffy with that one, if I'm quite honest. I don't mind like if it's the bar peanut in the shell though, because I'm not eating the fucking shell. I can just grab
that's
that.
fine.
Like that's fine. Crack those babies open, pop them in, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the reasoning that I am the one that got food poisoning out of 3 of us over this past week. But
You know what? While we're peanut adjacent, I never really cared for those roadhouses where they're like, "Oh, eat your peanuts and just throw that shit on the floor."
I actually kind of
Nah,
loved
bro.
it the first like 2 times, and then after that, I was like, well, that's a lot of peanut. It's everywhere.
Chip grabbers. Chip grabbers.
Yeah, they make like chip tongs.
Fuck off, chip tongs. You get your tongs away from. You're thrown out of my party if you're fucking using chip tongs.
Wait, what if I like
No.
reach in like in my coat and like
Pluck
whip
your
out
own-
some mini chip tongs and I'm like, okay, here
How
we
do
go.
the,
here
how
we
do
go.
the chip
And-
tongs? How do the chip tongs not crush all the chips?
You gotta have a delicate touch.
That's ridiculous. That's too far. I don't like this at all.
If I saw that at like a party at my house, I would applaud the man. I would say, you know what?
No, I would snatch
I don't know
it.
if it's appropriate, but I love that you have a chip
If
tong
this
with
was
you.
at your old house, Ty, I would snatch those out of his hands and I would throw them in your pool. I would throw them in the pool out of disgust, and I would make.
Norm says you take a napkin and you just like grip a couple chips and then you're good. Just use a little napkin.
But now I've got napkin all in my chips. Like sometimes you get that. Now you got napkin rubbing off on the chip.
You're not like crumbling. You're not crumbling it up and like sprinkling it over a chip, man. Like you're just putting it in your hand and then grabbing some chips and going like that.
I don't like
Maybe they're mad that your excess use of their napkins, but
Yeah.
like you're having a party, you should have prepared.
Save the world, bro. Well, you got a hand for that. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Norm says what? Paper towels that have paper powder on them? Like what kind of weird paper towels are you using?
When you paper towels, they get like that powdery shit all over your chip, bro. Like, and then
That chip powder is usually coming from the chip people.
Nah,
They put the powder on it.
There's powder on that.
Watch out, big chip.
I don't like it. I don't like any of these pussy ass. You guys you're fired. I think.
Oh well, maybe that's why I'm. I don't know. Never sick. I mean, again, I think it's evolution, but maybe it's just careful practices.
Yeah.
Chip
Well.
grabbers, using napkins, not wanting people to fully hand fuck my chip bags.
Next time I'm over at your place, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna just spit on my hand and go over to your cabinet and open your chip bags and fucking just rummage them all, just rummage all through them.
Please.
See, I won't let it bother me while you're still there, but after you leave, every one of those chip bags is going in the fucking dumpster. That will not keep them.
That's my new evil inconvenient scheme to people, is just go in and ruin their chips with just being gross.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, switching gears a little bit. Could you catch a bat with a pool net?
Yes.
Outside, just like when there's bats around, right? Do you think you could be out there? Like, say you're in the middle of a field, you got bats kind of like, you know how they do in Florida. They're
swirling.
all like swirling around, flying all like willy-nilly back and forth, doing their bat thing at that perfect time where they're eating all the mosquitoes and whatnot. Do you think, get one of those pool nets? And I'm talking about with the long pole, right? You got the long extension pole thingy. And then it's one of the pool nets, not like the paddle looking one, but the one that, clips in at the end, and then it's got like a basket on it. It's got like a ovally sort of shaped thing with a basket, like a like a net on it, but it's like it can like catch. You can fish things out. Like it's got a more sunken net than the one that looks like a paddle. That's the one I'm talking about.
Like, it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's just unlikely.
So, Owen, do you know how high do you think a mosquito can like fly up in the air?
I don't know. Never thought about that. They probably don't go that high. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like they apparently mosquitoes like to fly at less than like 25 feet.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're lazy. I mean, they're blood sucking lazy. So that leeches on society of the bug world for sure.
Yeah. But so that means like if you live in like, I don't know, like a 3rd-story apartment, leave your windows open, bro. No mosquitoes.
Is that true? I guess like if you're on like a high rise.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that's true. I remember being on a cruise and being bit by mosquitoes out on a Lido deck, Like I remember mosquitoes on a cruise. Explain me that one.
Bro, they must have like
they live on the boat. They live on the boat.
Bro, what if you're the mosquito colony that like breeds out of this like weird pool that just stays on the boat? Oh, buddy, that'd be I guess you'd be like mosquito royalty, right?
They live in the gray hot dog juice. They live in the gray hot dog juice. That's where they spawned. That's where that's it. They live in the gray hot dog juice.
So I guess that would be kind of weird because like, probably a majority of mosquitoes only ever eat like one, like they like only like the people that live in your the mosquitoes that live in your neighborhood, Owen, mostly predominantly suck like white people blood.
You don't know
that.
Regular. Nah, man. There's a lot. It's an ethnically diverse. It's an ethnically diverse community around here. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying, like that most mosquitoes probably get like one type of person.
Or do you think they get a flavor? It's like like a shark, right? Like when they get that first taste of blood, like with their first mosquito experience in life, they like hit on like say it's not even a race thing. Say maybe it's even a blood type. Right?
Oh, they get some A positive.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh god damn, that A positive is good.
Yeah, that O negative.
I mean, don't forget we're not the only thing that it drinks the blood of. Mosquitoes other creatures.
But being a human, I automatically assume that like dogs and cats, they're not human. They taste like shit. So it's not like a
animals
meal.
have blood types.
I think that's a bad view, man. I mean, maybe mosquitoes think that like Chihuahua blood is the shit.
Is the grail
we've ever had.
No, that's serious.
Who knows?
Maybe
that's a serious question. Do other animals have different blood types like humans do?
Yes.
I think
I would assume. Right? Well, I mean. Then we wouldn't be in really if all blood was just blood, we wouldn't really be in an issue because every time they slaughtered a cow, that'd be like 90 people's worth of blood.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that like a cow's blood
animal has they have their own blood with their own blood types.
Yeah.
Just like us.
That's okay.
Oh, so like a cat couldn't get like blood from every it'd have to
that's
like,
what I'm
seek out
saying.
a universal cat donor blood, like
yes.
They got a O negative.
I think that might be true. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. I know it is with like horses and shit like that, and I think dogs. I've experienced that a little bit. But cats, I never dug deep into, but I want to say it's true across the board.
I still want to catch a bat with a pool net, though. I feel like it would be a fun game for us to all try one day. Is like, because there's this little there's an empty lot over here with all like I could get a pool net, and then we could just like I'll give $100. Yeah, I'll give you $100 if you can catch a bat with this.
I'm in for. I mean, at least I'll try.
I mean, down right. Why not give it a go? That'd be a good, fun party game. You just got to be here at the right time when all the bats are doing the bat thing.
Yeah. Now, my biggest question is like, is it illegal to catch bats?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Dude, I know it. I mean, is it bat hunting season? Do we have a bat hunting season? Do I got to get permits and tags to?
I don't know. I'm okay with it though. If the people around here, they're not gonna say nothing.
Am I only allowed to like net hunt for bats, or can I use like bows or guns?
No, that's deemed unfair because that's deemed unfair.
Bro, do it like skeet shooting.
If you
just
can
like get a swirl of bats out there, get your like bird shotgun out and just.
I guess my thought process with the whole thing is like shotgun would be the easiest way to kill a bat with 100% because they've got the radar, the echolocation thing, right? So they know how to they can move super quick around an obstacle. That's why you see them get so quick to stuff and then just like zoop like right out of there, right?
That blast, that
blast, like loud. it's too large. Like they can't. Like I would imagine that'd be the best way. That's why I'm saying, would it even be possible with a pool net? Like right, like that seems like it would take a great amount of skill, or even a bow and arrow. One straight
bow and
shot
arrow would be intense.
Because would they be able to detect that arrow? You know, right before it's about to hit them and go zoop like around it or whatever. Because that's what bats are fucking. They're crafty.
Yo, check it out. My mom just subscribed for 2 months. Second month.
Thanks, bunches. We love you.
Thanks, Mom. But Norm asks, maybe a blow dart gun. I think a blow dart gun would be equally as hard. Like, you see how they fly. They fly all like
they're erratic as fuck. Yeah.
It's like a bird usually can like keep a flight path, but bats just seem to like dip and swoop and like all the time.
I just don't know I mean, I'm doing it for sport and fun, but apart from that, I guess there is no reason to like, try and catch a bat, right? Like there's no one's eating bats. You shouldn't be eating bats.
Well, I mean, if they were before, they're not now.
They're not now. Yeah, exactly. I think, stop doing that. Exactly.
Dude, bro. I mean, it's bushmeat at that point,
right?
And it pretty much everywhere has told you, like, hey, man,
and I'm not condoning
don't be eating bushmeat.
I want to also say,
I'm just gonna say, Vietnamese people on occasion do like some bat. Maybe they put some bat pho. Maybe that's what fucked them up.
Maybe it was.
I do want a crispy bat wing. I want to eat that like membrane.
Yeah,
but I want it to look just like
crispy,
like chicken skin. It's like chicken skin. It's just yeah. Delicious.
Bat wing. Oh man, like chicharrones, but bat wing.
But bat wing roam. We'll come up with a better name for that. But that's a good idea. No, and they're good. I don't have too many problems with bats. Let me say this. I got one big problem with bats, and that's their affiliation with the moon. I'm not a big fan of that because the moon, as we know, is lazy and sucks dicks. But fucking lazy piece of shit moon. Just like I think it's on drugs again. It's definitely on drugs again. Like the moon's doing things, but yeah, fucking bats. I don't like them for that, but they do eat a lot of mosquitoes, and for that, I'm happy about. It's
they're pollinators, man.
Yeah, they do that, right? They
do a lot of that.
That's
for
good
real.
To know.
That's like their main function in the world.
That's good to know. I didn't really know that.
That's
okay. Well,
Owen, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You've worked in some corporate places, right?
Regrettably.
Ty, you work in a more corporate place now.
Yeah.
And luckily, most of your stuff is over the internet. But like you guys used to have to go to your corporate places and
still do. You're going to one tomorrow, really. I mean, it's a fun corporate place. It's a factory, but but it's a corporate place.
My place is pretty great. But occasionally, like when you're boss's boss comes in.
Mm-hmm.
What I really don't like is don't try to be overly friendly. And that's kind of where I wanted to.
Is this a
gripe
gripe?
about.
Is this a
Yeah.
Mike's gripe? We're getting one
Yeah,
early. Okay,
let's do
here
it.
we go.
Mike's Gripes! Mike's Gripes! Mike's Gripes! Mike's Gripes! Mike's Gripes! Mike's Gripes!
So what you're saying is, Mike, you don't like it when the boss's boss is overly friendly to the plebeians, the people on the lower level. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe overly friendly is the wrong way to put it, but it's like they come in and they want to kind of like preach that, like, oh, you guys are doing so well, like I guess it is too friendly. Yeah, you come in there and you're not really going to do anything. You're really here to talk to my boss, which is why you're supposed to be here. And they come in and they ask you. I'm thinking in my mind, if you've made it up that far in the ladder, you know how to do everything, right? Like you should. But you come in, and when shit's falling out, you want to be overly friendly. You want to try and help, but it's really just more of a hindrance.
I can see that. Yeah, I've been in those situations.
Yeah, and it's like your boss, he gets in, he looks real excited, like he wants to do something. And if you tell him to do anything, I feel like they can't nail it. So what I'm saying is, my gripe is, man, listen up, corporate guys. When you come in, just don't get in the way. Get out of my way.
What if they got like on the line and actually did something decent? Wouldn't that be rad?
Then it'd be the first time I've ever seen it.
Literally just like gets on the grill.
Yeah.
Popping, locking.
Yeah.
Does your boss come around too and say like, "Oh, such and such is coming. You better all shaping up, like put your hat on straight, pull your pants up, buddy, like
I do this little thing at work, like when I'm cooking, where I'll roll up my pants into like clam diggers, like give them a couple good rolls up, because it gets hot.
Sure.
But anytime that guy comes around,
you gotta knock them down.
Gotta knock down my cooling. I call it sport mode. Gotta knock down my sport mode. Like that.
I think you need to probably start adopting. I don't know. I guess you probably can't wear those at work, but you might need to start adopting the European, like sort of short, long, short, long. You know what I'm talking about. Man capris. I think you might benefit.
I've been doing that for ages.
And if they
you guys know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ty's a man capri man, but I feel like you, Mikey, you could pull it off, and I feel like you could look real good in them. And if they give you any stuff, you just say, well, this is a gender specific thing, and I'm not telling you my gender no more. And then you'll get to wear your man capris all day long, and you'll have nice, you'll have a bit of a breeze, and I think you get a little, you get some fancy like European sneakers too,
like a little Ferrari.
Yeah.
Little Ferrari. Like low cut,
something Italian, maybe with a bit of leather on it, class the place up a bit.
Awesome for the kitchen. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's just, I get it. Like, you want to come in, you want to like relate to us. What would help me relate to you real good? Like, knock out a couple items on my prep list. Like, that'd be dope. You want to come in and help me? Stay out of my zone, because I don't like when too many people get in my zone. But stay out of my zone and go do something that's like not gonna be where I'm moving about. You don't work the line normally, so you don't understand the flow. So you come in and you just gum it up.
Yeah, there's also that point too with certain managers when they get too high. Like, they always start with that thing where it's just like, I'm never going to forget what it was like when I was one of these dudes. And like, the further up the corporate ladder they go.
You forgot the first step you took. It's like you took that little bit of your brain and threw it out,
There was
you immediately forget. Because I did it too.
I have to be really careful how I tread on this. I have to be really careful how I say this. But company I worked for, there was a guy that was once one of us and really dramatically moved up the food chain. Went quick and went to the top kind of very, very, very top level, right? Mm-hmm. And he, when he first got that position, he came back and we had this huge town hall with all these different departments finally intermingling and getting out grievances. I mean, it was a Mike's Gripes session, right? It was everybody coming together, everybody throwing their grievances out there and, talking department to department, and something that had just never really happened and was sort of a great idea and crucial. And he was up there and he's like, yep, we're going to do this at least bi-monthly. Never once happened again. Never once happened again after that. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Those are fucking frustrating.
Oh, and can I tell you why I know this happens? Because I literally, at Tijuana Flats, hey, man, we want to pull you into management. And people were sad because I was a big piece of the kitchen. And they're like, man, Mike, just don't
be one of those guys.
Do all the things you said you would do. Make sure that we have employee meetings. And I was like, you know what? You goddamn right. I'm going to be the manager.
You're going to get your schedule 2 weeks out. You're going to get all the things that annoy me and annoy you now. I'm going to take care of that shit.
I'm going to treat you guys like the kings that we know we are. Yeah. I'm going to do that.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure. And then I had one employee meeting where I was like, all right, guys, tell me, I want to hear those grievances. I want to hear what you don't like, what you want to see. And what it boiled into was just people bitching about other people. I'm like, cool. I understand 100% now why nobody does this, because this fucking sucks.
It sucks.
You get one good thing out of the meeting, and the rest is just everyone pissing and moaning about the most tedious menial shit.
Yeah, but
I'm like, cool, but never doing this again.
Yeah, sometimes though, those are the real issues that actually need to be taken care of. And it's well, we said this, we were gonna do this, but this seems wow, there's more issues here than we thought.
Yeah,
and this is hard. We're not gonna do this anymore. This is hard.
And then my boss is like, hey man, what are these labor spikes? I'm like, oh, I had that employee meeting that I told you about. He's like, yeah, can't do that anymore. We got to figure out a way to get them in off the clock. And I'm like,
yeah.
So,
yeah.
I guess main point of this gripe, listen, corporate guys, just let us do our thing. Come in, maybe ask me a question, but stay out of my zone and stay out of my way.
Goddamn right. And
the only benefit to having them there was my boss did say, hey man, you make too little, we're gonna pay you more.
Hey,
hey, I got a $2 raise.
Hey, hell yeah! No one's complaining at fucking that. Yeah, man. That's amazing.
Keep doing that, corporate guys. Keep doing that.
Yeah, that part where I'm in favor of that part. Just when you come in,
start shelling money.
You can be nice as fuck to me if you at that point and get in my way all you want. Just every time you come in, just that
start with that. When you come to shake my hand and say hello, he's like, hey, how's it going? You make $1 more now,
and then
you do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, and then you know what? I might go, and go to the pizza party later on. I might,
maybe,
and actually kind of enjoy it, because the pizza party wasn't the only thing. We actually got a raise. That's
a raise. If the pizza party, when you show up to the pizza party, they're like, and what's your employee number? Cool, $1 raise. There you go. I'll come to everyone.
Every one of your pizza party.
Sign me up.
And Carol's birthday party in the break room. All those things.
I'll be personable. I'll be a teammate.
Team player. Team fucking
you got me.
Player. Got me good. That being said, you know what I think it is time for?
I think it's time to bring forth the
clips. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips. You know we got 'em,
Internet Clips is the time of the show where we take a look at the random stuff that we find on the internet. That by we, it's lately been our good buddy, Tom, the Clip Commander. And it looks like he's given us a few gems here today. So let's just start with this one in no particular order. Nirvana's Something in the Way is actually about Kurt Cobain's IBS. All right. I didn't know that. Let's check it out.
If you have been on the internet these past couple weeks, you've probably definitely heard Nirvana's Something in the Way song, which was recently popularized by the blockbuster film The Batman. Many people...
Also, these millennials with their hair. What are they? Look at these kids. Look at the guy on the left. What is that?
Goofy, dumb dork hair is back.
Yeah, it is. They love it.
By the blockbuster film The Batman. Many people for years have speculated what the meaning of these lyrics mean, as the song is as foreboding as it is mysterious.
This song in particular has become the inner soundtrack of the main characters in this world. But the issue is, these people are not looking into the lyrics enough, because this song should not be making people feel empowered. In fact, it should be leaving us feeling quite the opposite. Because this song, Nirvana's Something in the Way, is actually about what it's like to have IBS.
Allow us to explain.
Oh, did you have to add the mega fart in there?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, it was wet too. It was, come on, you know.
It's long been known that the infamous singer and musician of this 90s grunge rock band, Kurt Cobain, suffered from IBS, which stands for Irritable Bowel Syndrome.
IBS is a condition which develops out of poor eating habits and lack of a well-balanced diet. But it can also develop because of external influences such as anxiety or stress.
And Kurt was no stranger to being anxious in his life. During the studio session in which Kurt Cobain and Nirvana were...
So I have no doubt that their information is correct, but this is incredibly irritating, right? This is incredibly irritating. I mean, I don't like the clip. I like the sort of the information behind it. There's a quote from Dave Grohl. Kurt felt like he needed to take a shit, but he couldn't. Okay. Yeah.
To take a shit, but he couldn't.
Why?
Dave goes on to say that he, and I quote, helped Kurt try to push out the turd by sucking on his asshole like a vacuum, but the poopy just wouldn't come out.
Wait a minute.
Kurt came back to the studio feeling absolutely defeated. And just like in the chorus of the song, he admitted that the reason that he couldn't poop was because there was something in the way. Upon admitting this, Kurt instantly picked up his...
This isn't real. I've figured out this isn't a real story.
Song. Starting with the chorus, of course, which, unlike the poop, he did not struggle with.
Hurry up and read the lines. I gotta poop. Kurt also ad-libbed the second half of the chorus, which basically sounds like a moan.
Fuck that little tie, too. Goddamn.
Or something like that.
Don't like it. Moving on. These guys got me, and I feel mad now. So I'm moving on.
Can I also say, I don't know exactly how I feel about the tiny little baby side nose ring the poofy haired kid has.
Well, there's a lot I don't like about their appearance. I'll be quite honest. They look like
you already have like the white guy Afro poof. Don't complicate it with the baby nose ring.
Yeah, and your acne's not helping either. So that's just fuck these.
Wait, do kids even get acne anymore, bro? Like, I feel like all the kids I see are all smooth faced and they're
those
acne
are the ones
thing.
that you see, because there's a myriad of ones that you don't, that are just hiding behind computer screens, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they still get acne.
Heard.
I don't know what this is, but
I didn't, so I don't know.
Oh shit! Get your ballots ready. It's about to go down. Everybody in the place hit the polling station.
No.
What is this? It's I'm gonna vote CUSA. I'm gonna vote Carleton University.
But stay on your motherfucking toes. We running this. Let's go. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote. Everybody look at me, cause I'm voting at a poll. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote. Take a good hard look at the motherfucking vote. I'm gonna vote, motherfucker. Take a look at me. Straight voting at the polls. You should come with me.
All right, well, this is Canada because there's a goddamn Canadian back there. I can see him with his maple leaves. There you go. Right?
They're trying to rip off the. But I didn't even like I'm on a boat after like the first couple times.
I mean, it was funny. It was fine. It is what it is, right? I mean,
You should.
But yeah, so are they just maybe talking about their election, like, or I guess their national election? This is supposed to be cool. These people aren't cool. Like, they're not.
I'm pretty sure he's just gonna vote. I think that's the message.
Yeah?
I think.
I think he's
You
telling
should come with
should
me.
be voting.
Busting 5 knots, wind whipping up my coat. You can't stop me, motherfucker, cause I'm gonna vote.
Take a picture trick. I'm gonna vote, bitch. We voting on today,
Oh.
champ, cause it's so crisp. I got my ballot box and my voter IDs. I'm casting ballots, you at school, straight democracy.
I'm loving on democracy, reading news and shit. The election's coming, getting everyone upset, but this is Canada.
All right.
This is a real.
I like this guy though.
I'm gonna.
This guy has swag. All right. This guy is the best one in the thing. Yeah. This guy's the best one. Right.
What annoys me about this is you went to the level to do the parody and you didn't rewrite. You didn't really rewrite too many of the. You're literally using some of the same lyrics.
Same lines, exactly.
Yeah, you're like, I'm running 5 knots, wind whipping out my coat,
Like, wait a
and you're
minute.
about to vote. There's no way you're going 5 knots on the way to vote. One, you probably didn't travel nautically, so the reason I don't even know why we're measuring this in knots.
No, this is not
But-
to be measured in knots. Yeah, and
Said, but this is Canada. This is as real as it gets. I'm gonna vote, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget.
I'm gonna vote and it is cool, man. I got a register card and an ID, man. I'm the king of the world when I vote like Leo. If you are registered, then you're sure like Leo.
Get the fuck up! This vote is real!
what? The beat's getting me. Sorry.
They made the most classic mistake when you're trying to convince somebody that something is cool by telling them that voting is cool. You just killed it. If you tell somebody something is cool, probably not cool.
Well, thank you, Carleton
That-
University Students Association, and you are correct, Mikey. You are correct in that statement. It's kind of an age-old thing. Like, yeah, I mean, you could say
That's one of those things like I would be so like happy to work on and laugh so hard about the end product. Like
Oh, for
they paid
sure.
me this amount of money to come and do this. Yes.
yeah, I got a story about something like that later down the road, but that's probably for the second segment. Let's see here. Petey Green with How to Eat Watermelon? I don't know.
Oh, this sounds.
Oh, God. Is this a racist song,
In
Tom?
Washington, D.C.
Okay, so clearly an old clip, 70s here. Think twice. So this man is in. Always loved those chairs. What type of chair do you call that? It's like a wicker chair.
Yeah,
A
rattan.
Yeah.
Rattan, big, huge back, almost like a throne. You know?
Yeah, this is a typical Florida throne. Make it out of like that palm fronds and bullshit.
Yeah. And he's got a little coffee table in front of him there, and he's dressed real nice, you know, tuxedo and whatnot, and without the jacket on, but you know, tuxedo nonetheless. And he's got a half of a watermelon cut open right there. And is the song about how to eat the watermelon? I don't know. Like, we're finding out together.
They're telling you.
Before you say yes. Think twice before you answer.
Okay.
Think twice before you say yes.
Yeah.
You know, I know y'all saying this and that. Look at this fool. Got this watermelon here.
Yeah.
The reason why I said think twice is because give me a little air. Give me a little air, y'all. The reason why I say think twice.
He's getting a layer of newspaper to put his huge chunk of watermelon he's just cut for himself. He's putting that on there.
I also like that they did the captions in
Ebonics.
In Ebonics.
Yeah, it's a good
too, just to keep it so you know.
So you know.
Is because I just can't understand how we as black people start eating watermelon in the closet.
they started eating the watermelon in the closet. I didn't know that they did that.
Is he upset about black people having to eat watermelon in secrecy so that they don't fall prey to like being
Yeah,
a
I think that's what
caricature?
I think that's what he's saying. I think that's exactly what he's saying.
Lord have mercy. This is called the heart.
Okay, that doesn't help either.
Yes, it does.
It makes me feel so bad sometimes when I see my black brothers and sisters, and they'll see me eating a piece of watermelon like this, yeah.
Just getting in it.
And they'll go,
Yeah, just getting down on it.
when they'll go to frown their faces off me, that's despicable. But it's good. And you know the thing that makes me mad?
You know what? I'm loving this message that Petey Green is putting across because he's saying, you know what? Fuck everybody. You do you. If you enjoy eating watermelon, go
Fucking
eat the
that
watermelon. Yeah.
Eat it however you want.
Because
Put it
he
in your
knows
face.
these other black people, they want to eat the watermelon too. And
They feel shameful.
They feel shamed for eating the watermelon. And they should not feel shame. Even as a white man. I want to eat some of that watermelon. Looks
I think the
delicious.
broader message here, Owen, is if you want to do something, you like doing something, do it.
Do it.
I go to their parties, they will take a big pretty watermelon like this and cut all kinds of gadgets. And then cut the inside. You see this good piece of watermelon here? Cut all the guts out that good watermelon.
Maybe he's actually just mad with the preparation of the watermelon.
He doesn't like people's prep
He
techniques.
doesn't like their prep techniques. He's mad at I think he's mad at the fancier, watermelon techniques,
So they cube it up and they cut it. I think he's mad because you lose all that juice.
Exactly. He just
That
wants you to
sweet watermelon
He's like
juice.
he's got a knife, he'll cut like a gash in it, and then he looked like he just ripped off a piece of that watermelon,
Just took it.
Just took it.
And mix it up and mess it up with something else.
Don't
man.
mix it
Sometimes they
up.
got a notion of putting liquor in it. And then after they cut the
Oh, he don't want no liquor in his
little
watermelon.
crevice in it, then put
Yeah,
it
I
back
mean, come on.
inside of that hub. Man, that's a waste of watermelon.
Because it's a waste of a watermelon, okay? Ty, it's a waste of a watermelon.
I call bullshit. I'm not saying I want it every time I have watermelon, but on occasion, a fucking vodka-filled watermelon is delicious. Or rum or whatever the hell you want to do.
You know what? He's mad at white college students for fucking around with the watermelon.
And I can't blame
Now,
him.
when all you got to do with it is pick it up like this here. Look here, just pick it up like this here.
And eat that motherfucker.
I don't mess this up. I ain't walk my hand up. Live at
Maple syrup.
I don't want my maple syrup. I don't want my money back.
Okay. Also, Owen,
they sleeping. That's the way you eat a watermelon, and I don't care if you use a whatever.
use a PhD.
You can't tell me cutting all that out, putting it back in there.
Yeah. If you're one of those smart people, you can't tell me that he's wrong.
It's better than here. Now, I know you're sitting home.
Mm-hmm.
That's an ignorant nigga.
No, I didn't say that.
But this is a sweet watermelon.
Whoa!
I ain't gonna waste no time.
I wasn't thinking that, Petey. I wasn't.
That was actually not what I was thinking. It was not what I was thinking.
That didn't cross my mind.
Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest.
What I am wondering, Owen, if this was somebody else's idea and like Petey didn't just film this himself, if other less like stereotypical black sounding guys came in to read for the part, and they're like, hey, it's just not black enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you have to have a thicker phonics to yourself.
I can tell by the conviction in this man's voice.
He did this.
He wrote this. Like this is his PSA to the world. Like he's not interested in mixing up in no fruit cocktail either. Apparently,
No fruit cocktail.
Well, that's
All
silly.
I'm saying
Fruit
to you,
cocktail is
be yourself,
delicious.
'cause I went to a party the other night with some white folks. They didn't have it in that thing there. They had slices. Walk around, Peter Green, you want a slice? I said, yeah, give me a slice. And one lady said, I didn't think you blacks eat watermelon like that no more. I said, look, lady, don't try to get out on me, you understand? You just want to eat the good part, you want me to cut it all up and do it. And then, I was mad with niggas for putting salt on a watermelon to 2 Obamas.
I like a little salt on a watermelon. You ever done it? You ever tried that?
I've tried it.
I don't mind it. It's a southern thing. It's definitely a southern thing. I've also had watermelon cooked on a grill by a
like that grilled watermelon.
It's a grilled watermelon, and then you can you put a little it sounds weird, but you put a little balsamic vinaigrette on top of that shit.
I was about to say it.
And it's delicious. What do you think this guy would do if I told him about that? With his
he'd break down into his knees and cry,
or his head. If he drops dead, he drops dead, right?
If he heard that you were grilling watermelon and putting balsamic vinaigrette on that bitch,
you might as well kill him.
Dude, imagine how he probably feels about like the Spanish cultures who put like tagine and.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
he's mad.
You know what the best part about all this is? We've only made it halfway through the clip, and this goes on. I mean,
he's really got feelings about the watermelon culture.
Well, I think he starts talking about chicken at some point too.
I'm also very surprised at how bold his house party neighbor was
to just hand him some watermelon and be like, "Yo, you want a slice of watermelon?"
No, to be like, I didn't think you blacks ate watermelon this anymore.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
That is bold. I would never say that to anyone.
I mean, that's the 70s, though. You know.
I guess that is true.
And you know, I think Petey, he might have he might exaggerate a little bit. So I don't know though. It is the 70s. She might have just been a racist bitch.
I feel like back in the 70s, your boss could come up and just say things like, Johnson, I didn't know you blacks didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And people were just like, I didn't know that either. That's a good question, boss.
You got chicken. He said, but you twang it. I never knew that. But I'm just wanting to sit here this evening.
Wow, close to
let y'all know. There's two things you don't do. Don't cut the.
This is like a 3 to 4 camera shoot, guys.
He's
got angles.
Do not cut the insides of the watermelon and mix it with nothing else.
Mix it with nothing else.
Did he circle? Did he just circle back? He's like,
All right, I gotta hear this one. And don't put no 2 sticks around a corn or roasting ears.
You know, y'all niggas put.
He doesn't want. He wants you to just hold.
Oh, I see. Yeah. The sticks in the corn to eat the corn without getting your hands all messy.
Be yourself.
I'm with him on this. This guy, I bet you this guy puts his hand in the chip bag. I bet you he does.
I bet you he does.
This guy is my dude. This guy
put the chip in your fucking hand and put it in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You take the chip and you put it in the bag, and you bring out a fistful, and you put them in your face. That's what you do.
I want to hear you do a Petey Green-esque monologue about chips and barbecue etiquette.
Don't tempt me. I think it's gonna happen. I need that chair. I want that chair. I want it. I want a sound stage. I want it all. Like it's got to be like this, though.
I could make that happen, man. If I
can make it happen.
Sit back, y'all. I'm no use. This thing is good and crazy. Hold it for I tell y'all just.
I'm not as charismatic as this guy, though.
And you won't say the N-word, so it won't have as much oomph.
I want him to, but I also don't want him to.
Well, that was amazing,
Petey Green. Thank you, bud.
I mean, I've got a couple clips left, but that to me is gotta already be clip of the week.
Yeah.
We're moving on though. We're gonna check out this extreme cart objectifile tells all.
Subscribe to Dank Serenade.
Oh god, we're ripping off other people's videos. Shopping cart abuse is a serious matter. Meet the offenders. What is this? Oh dear.
I used to notice broken down shopping carts randomly discarded by the side of the road and always wondered why they were left there.
Okay. It's interesting, right? I mean, probably just because they broke or a homeless person left it there.
They used it as a they used it what it was for, just outside of the store.
Don't fucking work properly.
Oh.
It's a piece of shit. Okay. I'm gonna show you.
Where's Bubbles? We need Bubbles.
Yeah. So okay.
You got these little bars right here on there
which bang into your elbow.
This is Canada. Yeah, I've seen this guy before. He
Oh, actually, that one's not too bad. It actually rolls straight.
I've seen some stuff about this. I think what this is gonna get into is I think we might have talked about this before. I'll let it play, but essentially these dudes are kind of homeless, but there's this place with like a lot of hills in this area, and they literally use the shopping carts as a mode of transportation to get down hills.
Oh, okay.
And they fucking fly on them. I hope this clip shows this. Like this guy's one of the main dudes in it. I forgot his name, but here I'll put up the volume.
Yeah, but how do you can't really steer a cart,
You'll see
bro.
him. You'll see him, dude. It's interesting. Like it's like a shifting of the weight thing. They fly on them.
They're $1, which sometimes you never have change.
I mean, fucking Canada right here. You know. Oh, you never.
When you're riding them, you get it right in the. And when you're going down, you don't want something interfering with your. These ones here.
He's going through all like the best carts to ride and best carts not to ride. All right. He's testing out
Another Canadian clip though.
Yeah, oh, definitely a Canadian clip.
Target card looks pretty good, really.
All right, let's see. I gotta see. No, see, you gotta see the clips. All right. There you go. There's one of them.
Oh, he's really. Shit, he is going.
Yeah. And he steers it like he has. There's better videos of this, but like, yeah, he steers it with like his back leg. So he has one foot on the cart, and then kind of like an oar, right? Like he uses the.
Yeah, he probably like brakes just a little bit.
Yeah,
here
like
and there
brakes.
and-
He brakes, like, and then it puts it down, so he can.
He is. He's like straight up steering.
Yeah, he steers with it.
He
This
probably
is
goes through
fucking
a.
rad. That looks awesome.
Homie probably goes through like a fair amount of like homeless shoes though.
Yeah. He goes. I think he talks about it in the longer form documentary about how he. Oh, cool. Let's see some more of it. But
I got a steering shoe that I just keep on me.
Yeah,
He doesn't look that homeless.
No, he's pretty homeless, dude.
What if he's just really poor?
Basically homeless.
This is metal. I love it.
Yeah, this is pretty rad. See, he's flying down the hill. He's using his shoe.
Bro, if somebody like just pulled out and you hit that though, one, you are wrecking their car.
Yeah, that's
and you're
true.
probably killing yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
so do you think he just ditches the cart at the end of the run and then
yeah,
gets another cart when he wants?
that's why there's the problem. That's why this documentary got started. Remember, he said like I noticed all these fucking carts at this end of this hill, and yeah, like it turns out,
I mean,
it's this dude
all right.
basically riding him down hills and then being like, well, I'm not pushing him back up the hill. Like that's stupid. Like you know.
Do you think any of the companies like try to reclaim their fucking carts?
I'm almost sure they probably do.
Yeah, they probably go down. That's what Bubbles' job is. We know that.
Bro,
right.
But check it out. I'm wondering if like the cops either don't care or you just have to be that cautious about like, all right, I guess I'm going down the hill now.
Yeah.
Because there's no way this is legal.
No, it's probably not legal. It's like some minor petty theft, right? Just because of the cart. But
is this the business Bubbles started?
maybe. There's something amazing about it. We'll move on though for now, and we'll go on to a quick one here. This is Toots, a commercial from 1995, Northwest Chicago. There, Ty. So you might
Toots.
know this. Do you know what Toots is?
I don't want to say yes. I don't think so. No.
Oh. Hang on.
Whoa.
It's a very sensual. I'll turn up the volume. I had it all the way down here.
Late night munchies.
I'll start this. Yeah. But
Wait, what am I munching?
This feels like this would have been
Everything.
Ty's. This is Ty's restaurant. Let's start it.
Have you got the late night munchies? Then come to Toots Drive-Thru at the corner of Central and Montrose for great food and great service. We are open till 2 a.m. weekdays and 3:30 a.m. on weekends.
Why is it like a porno though, right? Like it's
sexy.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be like, you got the late night munchies? Well, come buy more weed so you can intensify that.
No.
Toots.
It's a sandwich shop.
We are open till 2 a.m. weekdays and 3:30 a.m. on weekends. Toots has it all. Chicago-style Vienna hot dogs, pure beef hamburgers. And don't forget, you get free French fries with all sandwiches. We also specialize in soft serve ice cream.
Ty, you'd go to Toots, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm surprised.
I would fucking jam on that.
Yeah, you would like Toots.
And 30 flavors of
Bro, okay, so it says on like Friday and Saturday they're open till 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, bro.
Damn right.
There's no way you wouldn't catch me right after they closed the bar, like kicked everyone out of the bar.
You're going to
I'd be like,
Toots.
all right, everyone, let's go to Toots.
Yeah.
And then Toots probably gets that like 2:15, 2:20 just
mad rush.
Annihilation rush.
Yep. They got to make sure a lot of people are on staff for those times on Friday and Saturdays in particular.
And don't forget Toots 2 at Harlem and Boston.
Oh, they got 2 locations. So there you go. That's hey.
It's a franchise?
I guess so. They got 2 locations.
Well,
I don't know if
I
that's
don't know
a
about
franchise, but they got 2
Yeah.
locations. We'll move on to our last clip of the week. This is simply just called Boomerang Tang.
Hey.
Go try.
All right. We have a man in a headset drinking a bottle of water. He looks like maybe a douchey businessman, like one of those investor types. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Splash it, baby. Okay, here we go.
He's got a drum machine. And
You ever go out with a
DJ?
I don't know, an ex?
Okay. All right.
You spend your whole life getting rid of them, and then
Okay, this is one of these. I love these. I love it. This is one of these when rich guys think they have musical talent and they spend like too much money on gear,
video made.
production stuff. Yeah, like they think that this is their outlet. Like also, I love his floppy jeans so you can see his dick waggle.
They're pretty floppy.
That is his floppy pants.
Those
are
are some
there.
dick showing pants.
Those are dick showing pants. He's wearing the button down loose shirt. He's got the investor headset on, and he
doesn't have a chain though.
I'm disappointed he doesn't have a chain, but I think already in the first line is talking about his ex. So I think we just need to give this man a little bit of time and see what's going on with this.
you spend your whole life getting rid of them, and then you see them, they fix themselves up, they've already seen you naked. Well, that's called Boomerang Tang. Yeah!
All right.
Hit with the boom boom. Boom boom bang boom.
He's like, he fucked some chick he was with in the past, an ex, as an older dude, and thinks he looks super dope now, and like he's kicking ass, making all the money, and then he fucked the chick. So that is Boomerang Tang. And all right, I get it now.
What it really shows is that you're both losers who haven't moved on in your life and gone somewhere different.
Yeah, that's probably that, but I think the song might be a banger, so here we go.
You think that's his kid?
I hope so.
Hit with the boom boom. Boom boom bang boom.
Ass shot.
Boom. Boom boom bang boom. To the left, everybody. Boom boom bang boom. 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 Boom boom bang boom. To the right.
I think what if his teenage daughter had to film this for him to make his video, right? Like,
no, I think the son is the DJ and the daughter's the camera person.
Yeah.
But they're doing this because they just want their parents to get back together because their parents are dating just losers.
Yeah.
And they'd much rather see them together than just continue.
God damn it, just get it together, guys. Exactly.
Boom boom bang.
Oh, that's what guys does. But
Boom, you're cute. Bang. Right. Soft talk.
Oh,
Yeah. Send it down. Soft talk. Whisper.
The guy in the background, the guy that obviously created this beat and is helping this dude and probably created most of this video, I actually kind of like him. He's kind of killing it.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of killing it.
Yeah. Dirty talk. Boom, boom.
All right. See, it is at least a banger.
Dirty talk.
I know, it jams.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, it does kind of jam. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody, to the back rack.
It's the back rack.
To the back rack.
Is this a dance
He's
move?
got some moves.
Is the back rack a move? Is that what it is?
Right, I mean,
back
obviously,
left,
Owen.
to the back right. Yeah.
And then back rack.
Do the front bump.
Front bump.
Do the front bump.
That's called boofing.
That's a straight boof.
3D.
360. 3D.
Rocket. Hey.
And now he's on a rocket. Okay, I need to know more
dying.
about this because I want.
dying.
This is my favorite thing ever.
Yay. Rocket. Hey.
I'm so confused.
Hit with the boom boom. Boom boom bang. Boom. 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 Boom boom bang. Boom. Boomerang tang. Tang it a dang. Boom boom bang. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Did we get Tim and Eric or something? This is too good. This is actually too. This.
No, man. I think this is your first thought, man. This guy's got money, because the lyrics are just so bad.
I don't
man.
know.
Like, there's no way.
I don't know what you mean. They're perfect.
I'm struggling. Yeah, they are perfect, and I'm struggling to figure out if it's parody or not parody, or I'm getting worked. I love it all the same.
Boomerang tang. Boomerang tang. Boomerang tang. Bang it a bang.
No, this guy came up with a term after he had sex with his ex-wife, and he's like, yeah, he's talking to his guys at the office. He's like, I got that. He had to think for a second. He's like, boomerang tang, and then he explained
I threw that tang away, and it came back. And,
came right back.
I had to
Exactly.
boom it. I couldn't help it. Yeah.
Who can blame the man? Anyway, guys, that was Clips.
Clips. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips.
So yeah, what do you rate the Clips this week, guys? How do you think they fared?
Oh man, the Petey Green clip alone is worth 8.
It was a slow start, but solid landing. Came in hard on the second half. But yeah,
I'm gonna say 8-4, but a lot of it was Petey Green.
A lot of it, that's pretty fair. I was gonna go 8-2, but I think you've convinced me at an 8-3. Yeah, 8-3.
Man, I probably would have gone classic low tie on this one before the ending. There. Well, I mean, Petey Green brought it back for sure, but Boomerang Tang really brought me.
Really brought it home. Really brought it home. And Toots did not that was a nice support act as well. Toots.
That was a quick little cleanser.
Yeah.
And then the Boomerang Tang.
So this for me, I'm going full 8-7.
Wow,
you're the high count.
He's been pretty high lately.
I forgot what did we change our scaling system to again? What were we using?
Oh, that's right. We're using a new. I forgot now already.
I know. I remember this was.
It was something.
Or two ago.
Oh no, it's cocksuckers. Remember? It was.
Oh yeah, cocksuckers. Yeah, the 8-7 cocksuckers.
8 of 7 cocksuckers.
8-4 cocksuckers.
8-3 cocksucker. Yeah. Yeah.
Tom,
that
you know what?
Petey Green, he's
cocksucker,
one
that was
fucking
pretty good, Tom.
cocksucker.
Yeah.
One of the things I wish I had pulled video of, and maybe I'll do it for another week, just before we get out of here for break. I wanted to bring it up to you. We all loved the Crocodile Hunter, right? We all have a soft spot for Steve Irwin, and
I loved him.
Yeah. I loved the guy. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. Did you ever see when he went to goddamn Antarctica?
There ain't no crocodiles in Antarctica.
I know. This motherfucker went to Antarctica.
I thought you were about to tell me, well, there are.
No.
Holy shit.
I mean, that would be scary. That would be
the Arctic crocodile would terrify the living hell out of me.
That is a scary animal. If that's a scary fictional animal. But yeah, no, I saw him go to Antarctica, and it was weird because of course he shows up like a dickhead, in his shorts and shit. And that it doesn't last long, like before he's in a full, like he even has to make, because like it's dated 90s, like he even has to make a mention on the whole show. He's like, yeah, so had to, put on some clothes, basically. Like he's making
I had to put on me parka,
making a whole deal of it, and it's really cold down here. They were talking about like this like walrus, this one particular walrus they knew had killed 2 researchers. Was it a walrus? I can't remember now. I think it was a walrus or like one of those big elephant seals or something. And this one particular one was up there, and they're like, yeah, we know this one has literally killed 2 people, like since we've been here, and he's all just like fucking with it, like he's just like straight up like slipping and sliding on the ice because he's not exactly used to the ice, right? It's not his domain, but he's still doing all the same techniques, where he's getting like super low and doing the crawl and all the same shit he would be doing with lions or alligators or whatever.
But he's also telling you, like, he's like, as he's crawling up, he's looking in the camera, he's like, we know for certain that this elephant seal is a certified men killer. He's killed 2 men.
And then he goes, look at this beauty. Look at it. And then he's always
slaps it.
Yeah, he's like slapping it. He's just like, he's just like,
get it.
Like, I just want to touch it and just do things with it. He doesn't know what it is. It's fascinating. I think that would be a good watch along sometime as well. Like for us to kind of like watch Steve Irwin in Antarctica. I'm sure we can find some good footage from that.
I really wish he would have had camera footage, because he would have been like, look, we have camera footage, and he's killing the researcher because the researcher was smacking him.
Yeah.
He's just tapping him, and he's like, we're gonna try it too.
He's playing like Wipeout he's playing Wipeout with his hands on its head, like
He's getting into it.
I love Steve Irwin.
And then Steve Irwin got a walrus tusk just right in the old heart.
Yeah.
Do you think if he would have, so he gets killed by a stingray, and everyone was like, oh my gosh. Do you think everyone would have been as sympathetic if it would have been a crocodile
in the end?
Killed him?
Well, it's like, yeah, it was gonna happen. I mean,
everyone kind of would have just been like, well, fair enough.
Kidding.
You fuck with crocodiles.
I mean, it probably would have been a better message for don't fuck with the animals. Fuck with the animal. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, it shows you that this guy had. It shows you. I'll tell you what, Stingray's gonna get a bad rap for me for a long time after that one, right? So
you know what they don't show you though is that like while the stingray was like stinger in him, he's still like petting this. He's like, it's okay, little guy.
What a beauty! What a beauty!
Like, you just did what you would do if I was any other predator. I'm not mad at you. I'm just, man, this stinks. You know what? He wouldn't have been negative at all. He would have just been petting the stingray. Like this, he's obviously freaked out.
What if though? He was there and he's gets mortally wounded, like an alligator, like a crocodile rather, like jumps out of the water, right? And like one of the ones he's dealt with for forever, right? That probably like knows him, like is almost considers a friend. What if he just like turns on him one day and like goes at his neck, and he has those final moments where he's like so just betrayed and pissed off, and he's just like, I hope you all die. I tried my best to
take back my message. Kill every crocodile. Murder him. Animal conservation is not for us.
That would be great.
It's time for a little bit of a break, and I think we need to do that. So coming up in the second segment, though, I'm going to describe a gig that I almost took but decided against, and I'm going to show you sort of why. I'm going to have to play around this one pretty delicately, and I want you guys to tell me if I was right or wrong in doing so. We're also, we never really talked about why Greek men were sex symbols in the 70s, and I definitely need to address that since, it was at the top of the show. And then, a couple other things that we'll get to. We've got a sort of a new type of casting couch for the end of the show. We'll be back in. Hey, it's 8:20 now. Let's just call it at 8:30. So it's almost like we're starting the second segment at the time that we usually start the show. Makes sense to me. Let me pull up some music.
What do you think this means for you, listeners? A third segment? Not a chance.
Not a goddamn chance in the world.
Why not?
Not tonight. Nope.
You remember the last time we did 3 segments? The third segment was literally the drunkest thing I've ever heard.
And rightfully so, goddammit. Anyway, we'll be back in just a few. And hey, Sam, I hope you stick around. We'll be back, like I said, in 10 minutes.
Hi, Sam.
Check us out if you're listening on the podcast feed. Check us out at twitch.tv/ONRS Live. If you're listening, of course, on the Twitch feed, don't forget, of course, all these come out as podcasts. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts just by searching for Oh No Radio Show. You can also find pretty much all the links to everything over at ohnomedia.com. Why is this song pissing me off so much? Give me something to fucking work with. There we go.
I was loving that.
No. That was annoying me. Give me something to go to break to. We love you. And what do we say when we get out of here for the first segment, boys? Fuck
your dreams. Fuck 'em.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Oh No Radio Show. I've been meaning to tell you guys about my whole carpet cleaning extravaganza since the last show as well.
Yeah, you bought your own carpet cleaner?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. And I tell you what, I've been a carpet cleaning fool. The first day I got it, which was last Friday, 7 times I went over the carpet. Still pulling out the blackness. The whole house 7 times. Seven
God,
things,
Owen.
right? So I did it, and so I waited a week, and then I did it again today. Still pulling out some blackness, but it's getting a little better. So I guarantee you, any of you out there, if you haven't carpet cleaned, it'll change your life forever. Ty could see what I was getting into. Ty was just like, okay, I think I get it now. I get why I was so excited.
It's pressure washing,
Yeah.
but with carpets. And which I can understand because I love the idea of pressure washing is awesome.
Yeah, Ty, you're muted or something.
You're still muted.
You're still muted.
You dork.
I'm just gonna
With your, are you fat fingering it right now?
For fuck's sake. Yeah. It's funny because I said too many things and I forgot where I left off.
Well, no, I was just talking about how it's just like you were like, I think I get it now, right? Like it's like the pressure washing deal where it's like that satisfaction of you see like the spray and you see it coming up and you're gradually getting it cleaner and cleaner. Like I threw in some tunes, I listened to a couple podcasts, I did 7 passes over my house, did another one today. And you know what? Smells real good, and hey, these are old carpets, so I'm bringing them back to life. Like I'm bringing back.
I think the pictures you showed us, like you still had a carpet down and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
well, see,
I'm doing it
up,
right?
Well, I'm doing it piece by piece. See, that piece is not bad because it's had a rug down there, right? So that piece is not like this.
Move
is
the
not
rug.
This is
Do
not
the room.
well. This is eventual, right? Like this is a bit by bit scenario. So, and that's one of the reasons I bought the carpet cleaner because I would have to move the whole room and do it all at once and what have you. But no, now I did high traffic areas first. That's what I'm concentrating on. And now I'm kind of like today I moved the love seat, right? And I got all behind the love seat and part of like underneath where that rug is. So gradually I'm going to take, the next step will be to take up the rug.
Process, but it bothers me because if you do like the high traffic area and then you realize the not high traffic area still needs a fair amount of work, but then you're trying to like match the work. So
well, it's fine. That's fine because I'll just put the rug back down. And see what you don't understand is that the rug needed doing as well, right? The rug, like before anything, the rug needed doing. So I had to get that part done as well. So now, yes, like as I move forward, it's a bit by bit case, right? My little tiny place. I've got to like play Tetris, move things out of the way, pull up the rug, then I'll get all underneath all those areas and it'll just move throughout the house in that sort of scenario.
What does Ginger do while you're doing this?
She gives no fucks. She's just sitting on the bed. She sits on the bed. She doesn't like it when I get done because the floors are slightly damp and she's like a princess. So like as a cat, she's just
high stepping.
Yeah, she high steps a little bit and she just like bitches at me for a while. Like why are the floors wet? And then she just like jumps back on a couch and just, I don't know, falls asleep again. She's pretty useless these days. She just whines, pukes, and maybe I'll get a cuddle every once in a while, but she's more or less
poor Gingy.
Yeah, she's kind of irritating at this point, so we just lock her out of the room a lot and
Owen.
Yeah,
Ginger boo.
Yeah, she
Owen. I know on last week's show in our versus at the end we had our big battle and debate.
Oh right, this was the convenience store basically showdown.
Yeah, and I know that in the end we forsook our beloved 7-Eleven for the Wawa, something I'm still a little pained about.
Yep.
But I do want to share. I shared it earlier in the week, but I want to go over this because it was Man,
you had a really great 7-Eleven experience. It sounds like that might have swayed your original vote. And are you calling for a recount? Is that what this is?
I'm not calling for a recount. What I'm saying is, I think this was 7-Eleven. You know, the force that's out there,
the energy of the 7-Eleven.
This was it trying to pull me back into the fold.
Okay, well, let's hear what happened then.
So a couple days ago, it was a little late night, maybe around, probably getting around midnight.
Okay,
maybe a little right around midnight. And I'm
when all the pretty much all the the finest of the finest are going to a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, right. It's the greatest people that go to the 7-Eleven at midnight.
Yeah.
So here I am. I walk in, and I'm thinking. I grab myself a little juice because I've been drinking just juice now a lot. And I'm like, you know what tastes really good with this? An apple fritter. I do love me a fruit fritter.
All right.
And I'm walking across the store to get to the little pastry display that they have because they have one of those nice little glass
with the little doors on them. I love the little doors. They're cute. It's like a dollhouse. It's a dollhouse for like pastries.
And my good old buddy Overnight Dwayne is there.
Give a fist bump.
Yeah, I say hello. I'm chatting Wayne up a little bit, just hanging out at the 7-Eleven, like non-degenerates do.
Sure.
And as I pick up the fritter, Dwayne goes, "Hey man," he's a small Southern older gentleman.
Okay.
He's like, "Hey man, if you want, I've already wasted all that stuff out, so I'm about to throw it out. So whatever you want."
It? What?
He's like, just grab what you want and get out, and you can just take it. He's like, It's not charged. It's already basically trash.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, cool. Thanks, Dwayne. And so I got myself 2 fritters, and then they had blueberry muffins, which I know my wife likes. So I was like, well, I'll get these 2 fritters for me, and I'll get 2 blueberry muffins for my wife. And he's like, yeah, no problem, man. He's like, just between me and you, every couple days around this time is when we have to throw those pastries out. So, I'm not saying come back, but we have to do this every couple days.
So the 7-Eleven universe reached out to you and pulled you back in with the temptation of free fritters.
I think that how I've told you, like, I've reached out to 7-Eleven and been like, hey man, we're the #1 7-Eleven supporting, loving.
Yeah.
You'll never hear a bad word.
No.
Yeah.
There's critiques, but every business needs critiques because sometimes they get things a little wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think they were listening last week and they heard us.
I'm gonna say something to you as well, Mike. Remember I was getting a lot of White Claw cans from the 7-Eleven, and I would get them and they would be like already like deflated, popped,
yeah,
kind of, right? That was an issue. I did bring it up with the 7-Eleven manager. It hasn't happened yet. You know what's also happened very, very quickly? They've got the Surf White Claws all over the shelves. Also, a lot of the degenerates are maybe gone already. Like they've been and the clientele and the crew in there. I've got Kiki, who's my girl. She did beat a white bitch for calling her the N-word in the store and kept her job because
she's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch. Yeah, she like the chick threw like a whole like cup of soda at her. Like when she's behind the counter. And
that'd be infuriating.
She ran around the counter and like beat the fuck out of her. And she showed me some footage on her cell phone.
Did she have her phone out while she beat her ass?
No.
Kiki bought a display and then uploaded it. She's like, see this? This is what happens when you act a fool in my 7-Eleven.
No,
okay?
It was cell phone footage of her recording the security camera footage.
Security camera.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Yes.
And
that is beautiful.
And she like beat the fuck out of her. So yeah, so
that's why 7-Eleven wins.
So you know what? I think we're going back on our vote, and I think you know what? You don't get this kind of action at the fucking Wawa.
Wawa. No, you
listen,
do not.
It's not that I don't like Wawa. Wawa is great for its own reasons, but 7-Eleven wins in my heart.
The captain has an order, and the order is that 7-Eleven
back on top.
Back on top. You did the Lord's work today, Mikey.
I do want to apologize to 7-Eleven.
It feels better.
I turned my back on you for a second.
Me too. It feels like I feel like a bit of a traitor. I hope you take me back. I hope you'll have me back. And quite frankly, it'll never happen again. Like this is it feels better to be back on the right side. This is Oh No has forever been a Sevy podcast, and forever will be a Sevy podcast, and so I'm glad that we have rectified the wrongs that we did last week.
And we came home.
We came home. It needed to happen.
We're coming home.
Next thing I need
coming home.
Savy's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Savy's coming home.
Yay.
So, okay. Why were Greek men such sex symbols in the 70s? You always hear about this.
The curly wavy hair, man.
Bro, because the fro was such a big popular thing, and Greeks tend to have that poofy...
And chest hair.
Chest hair
was a big thing in the 70s.
Tan, right? They like Greeks have a good skin. They are tan. And then I thought about it even more. Greeks probably do have big dicks.
I don't know if that's true.
I feel like Greek men have they might not be longer, but Greek men probably have thicker dicks. I feel like they have
girthy.
They're girthy. Like Italian men, I think, have girthier dicks than the average American, but they're not maybe as long. Like Italian men, Greek men, girthy dicks, right?
Yeah.
In all honesty, I think they are small dick culture, but they are very assertive and sexual regardless, and they still get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, they are a sexual people because for a while they were going Greek meant you were down to do butt stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Get down in there. Where did that go? All of a sudden we've lost our Greek sex symbol. The Greek man is.
We just haven't had there hasn't been a good one in a really long time.
Sex symbols now, they're all too hairless, right? And too pretty boyish, right? I want male sex symbols to come back as I want hairy dudes with a little bit of a beer belly, a little I want the old wrestlers back from the 60s or 70s when they're all kind of fat but big dudes. They're
just
hairy,
thick
dudes. That's what I feel like we need back is the Greek man. The Adonis of the male man.
I think kind of pulls it off, but isn't recognized at all. John C. Reilly.
Owen, I was gonna say I was trying to find if we have any current good looking attractive Greek men in the world, and I typed into the search bar "sexy Greek men" and realized that wasn't
John
gonna
C.
give
Reilly?
me.
Was that the first thing that came up?
No, I didn't press enter because I realized that was not going to get me the information that I wanted.
You needed. I like this in the chat room that your mother is saying that you can tell the size of a man's dick by looking at their hands. It's never failed me yet. Mike's mom's chiming in on this, and you know what? She is kind of right.
She's lived longer than all of us. She's seen more hands.
I have pretty long, skinny hands, and it's fairly true to form. It's probably pretty accurate.
Samantha brings up a good point. John Stamos, that dude's Greek, and he is so handsome.
Yeah, but he's not what I think of my stereotypical my Greek man, right? I want like he's pretty boy Greek. Like I want big hairy dudes to be sex symbols again. Like look at that guy. Like,
But you are literally like the opposite of that, Owen.
So it's not.
You're like a thin, hairless dude.
I'll just high five him. And like, you know, like
you just want to be able to congratulate somebody.
Yeah. I just feel like I just feel bad for the Greeks, like the big Greek men. Like they got had it all and it got robbed from them, you know? Like they were top of the world and now here we are. They're just another dude, another guy at the construction
site. This is
site.
one of the things that David Hasselhoff is really behind. Like he hijacked Greek sexes like symbols back when Knight Rider really came out. That was his hijacking, and then it became a little Americanized and lost its way. But I blame Hasselhoff.
You know what? He's right, because just like all things, us Caucasian males saw that another person was getting some love, so we started pumping out more hot guys. The whites were like, we got to catch up. We got to or change the game to where it's only white guys that are hot anymore. And that's what they did. They retook hotness because they saw it start to fall away from them.
I gotcha. Do you think back in the day, that Andre the Giant had chicks that like wanted to fuck him a lot, like because he's the giant? Do you think he had probably had that? He was a hideous looking human being, to be honest. Like
I guarantee it happened though.
Yeah. And he like gigantism. Like he did have a big ween, right? Like
in truth, I wonder.
I do wonder.
I bet he was like Greek endowed as a giant, which is still big as a giant, but not that big.
But yeah, like I wonder it would be sad, you know? Like I mean, I don't know. I don't know if novelty.
Maybe it was huge. Who knows? I don't know.
Everyone wants a big hairy dude in their lives. Like that's all I'm saying. To Mike's mom, everybody needs a big hairy dude in their lives.
You heard it here first.
Yep. This is one of the things I wanted to mention. Do you guys watch that Storage Locker show ever? Storage Wars. Storage Wars. Okay, so I don't know how long it's been out, but it's it must have come. It was shot all, of course, like most of it's in California, right? So it's California, all masks, so you can like it's a weird barometer you can put on it. This was shot during a COVID period. I mean, they're probably even right now, so it's relatively recent, right? They're all in masks, and the show opens. Do you know who Barry is? There's Barry and Kenny.
Is Barry the one with the girlfriend or not?
Barry's the older dude with the gray hair and the sunglasses, and he's like the eccentric car guy. He's like the rich car guy. And then Kenny is this eccentric black dude. And so they ride in. I should have pulled up footage for this. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, Barry looks like a total dickhead.
Oh, Barry is a dickhead. But kind of a lovable dickhead compared to some of, these guys on the show. And I don't know. Like it was so bizarre, like just watching it, because they're doing the whole show as if nothing's gone on, but they're still wearing that. You can't hear them do the bids or anything because they're fucking all wearing masks. Like it's kind of hilarious. Let me see if I can find a new Storage Wars episode, because it was just jarring to me how like weird this I don't know. Maybe this will give you an idea here. I can do a screen share in a second. Yep, this is it. Okay, so check this out. I think this is like their grand comeback, right? And I'll have to move this window and screen share again. 1 second. Doodle-doo. Bear with me, little peoples. You guys can get that window for a second. Yeah.
Gotta move some windows. Chimichanga girl.
Yeah, let me share the screen real quick so you guys can see it too. So, all right, look at this. This is how they fucking open the show. Like this.
I got the wrong screen.
Oh, you got the wrong screen?
I got video producer.
God, you jackass, Owen. I just hit the wrong button. It's okay. I can do it again. You know, because, like, you know, it's entertaining and stuff and all that. Where is that motherfucker? That one. All right. Yeah, that one. Tried to do it. I tried to be fancy.
There we are.
Look at this. So they're writing in now, like, Storage Wars with the pomps and circumstance.
Damn.
Writing in on a chariot of sorts.
It's quite flamboyant.
Yeah. So Barry looks like a real creeper now.
How old is he? We're green conscious, you know.
Horses? Did berries?
Yeah, this whole show is terrible, but I sort of love it.
Yeah, well.
Bro, are those marijuana leaf things?
And
Probably.
also jettison some other fuel.
He's got a horse that's shitting everywhere. Barry's
He's jettisoning fuel. Jettisoning fuel.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like a bunch of bullshit.
Put it here. I mean, you get a little
I love how the show hasn't changed at all.
Everything. And this room has volume.
But
and I love volume.
Wow. Very, very clean.
this is the thing that creeps me out. This is the thing. It's Barry.
Bro,
the whole thing's like, for me, it's about Barry, and he's really creeping me out. I used to like Barry a lot. He's got a little bit older, and now he's got a goatee. But he's wearing one of these masks that's like, okay, so it's a regular mask, but it has a window in the front so you can see his mouth. And it makes him look like Hannibal goddamn Lecter.
You're right.
It's weird. Do you see it? It fucking freaks me out. And I that was my biggest takeaway from this whole experience of watching it.
Okay, let's go on this one. Okay.
I don't like it. Like that is a frightening thing to me. I know it's a small, just like little thing, but I have to show you guys that just so you would understand. And yeah. Oh, this guy again. We don't need to see this guy again. But yeah, don't watch the new Storage Wars. Is what I'm trying to tell you, because you'll get Barry and he'll freak you out, and I don't love it. And yep, I don't know. Creeped me out the other night. Had nightmares, absolute nightmares. I should have probably just kept that up.
Well, dude, the thing that he like showing up on a carriage, like, you know, he didn't pay for that. You know, that's like a production thing where like, we want to make coming back.
Yeah,
cool.
They were trying to make it a big deal. Like, oh look, like they're all back. By the way, like only 3 of the original people like are there. Like they've got a whole new crew. I wonder if COVID took out Dave Hester, the Yup guy or something. You know, we need to
Yup.
or Daryl, the gambler. You know, I wonder if he's been eliminated. He looks like he would be a pretty anti-vax, guy, and he's a bigger dude. He might have, who knows, Daryl the gambler.
There aren't many garage sales anymore because I feel like some people just put it all on Facebook. Like the shit they want to sell, they just put it on Facebook Marketplace, and they literally dump everything else. Like, I don't know. I kind of want garage sales to come back.
I kind of want him to come back too. I love a good trashy garage sale. I was also thinking though too, seriously, I bet you that storage locker market, like where they auction them off and everything, I bet that's making a killing right now, because there was especially in like places like California where they like left, or like people died or whatever, right? Like there's probably a lot of storage lockers out there where people like that, rich people that moved from California to Texas or whatever it was, like, like people leaving for tax reasons or, whatever. Like a lot of those people probably just forgot they even had shit in a storage locker, and it's all probably like good shit. And then, like they left, and then there you go. But I guarantee you some of that's probably happening. And
of course. I bet the market boomed. Like,
do you ever want to do it once? Just go to it. Just do it once, just to do it, just to see.
when we used to live off of Alafaya Trail here in Orlando, but right across from us was a storage, like one of those orange door storage places, and we went over there because they put out an advertisement like to us, to like our apartment complex.
Oh yeah, come bid on shit type thing.
Yeah, we're doing storage locker auctions this day in the morning. Come through. Now, what ended up happening is like I believe you had to pay.
No, you had to sign in.
Oh.
Maybe show a driver's license.
Yeah, you had to like show a bunch of ID, and I'm like,
fair.
Yeah, but there was a large process to get into like the actual
show your ID
thing.
and sign in. Okay, yeah, tough.
Yeah, but I was like, well, there was no one out there to like facilitate any of this, and I was like, I want to do it, but I also know that like, man, I feel like I'm gonna pay a couple $100 and end up with a box full of bullshit.
Crap. Yeah. I still want to try it though.
But I will say, like, we pulled up, and the other people that were already there were the sketchiest looking people
I can imagine
that you see out in the world.
Yeah. They show you the nicest ones, like, and even the people on the show, right, are kind of sketchy. So if that's what they're putting on the television, imagine the real ones that are out there is, I guess, kind of what I'm saying with that. Moving on, though, and before we get to our final segment, I had to ask you guys this because I had to turn down a gig this past week. And it wasn't necessarily because of my food poisoning, because it was a gig that I could have made some money off of, like, within, like, I was probably going to put about 10, 12 hours of work into this. I'm not going to say how much I was going to get paid, but it was essentially like kind of like my day rate. And it was to set up a it was a one-time gig to kind of like set up a sort of like video production type studio, podcast studio, do the whole like OBS thing, show and also teach the person or show them basics of how to essentially stream and use the equipment that they had purchased. All that sounded great. All that sounded like a
tough to do in a day, though.
Tough to do in a day, and that's why I was going to split that 10 hours up into a series of days, and I was going to just make it work in that fashion, right? So I had a plan for it. I was pretty excited about it. I had a good someone referenced me to this, and I started communicating via email with the client, and this was all during while I had my whole thing going on with my food poisoning. So I was responding to emails, but also explaining to him that, yeah, I can't really talk right now, and I can't exactly like make it to your place of business where you want to set this whole thing up because of these reasons. And I was pretty, forthcoming with, straight up just, I think I have food poisoning and I'm kind of not doing too great right now. I'll get back to you in a couple days. When I finally felt better, I decided to, do a little more digging than I had done. Wasn't exactly in the mood to do it, right? Like, wanted to look this guy's business up. I wanted to, notice on all of his emails he had a, footer, with his, and not only, of course, an email address, but a link to his website. And I decided to check out his website. And again, I have to be really delicate with this, but I want you to tell me if I felt like I morally couldn't work on a project, right?
What's
morally?
Can I know the website?
Well, I'm going to play the video.
Okay.
I just have to be careful with, I'm probably going to be muting like the first little bit, trying to mute some of the names involved. And we'll go from there. But fuck it, I'll just play it. I don't care. Fuck this guy. Yeah. I think this guy's an absolute con artist, if you ask me. I think he's a con artist, and I think this is one of these like religious, like taking advantage of people for money. And I did not feel comfortable doing any of this.
Hi, my name is Dexter Sanders.
So, I probably, next time I play it, I'll at least eliminate his name. But let me go ahead and play some of this, okay? So, this just, like, definitely made me go, okay, this feels a bit...
Oh, okay. Owen, when
This
you
is
had
the guy...
that in the small... For a second, you had it in a small thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that the bottom left text said "Black to God."
It might as
it
kind of might as well though, Mike. It kind of might as well. This is a guy that had claimed he had left the church, only to, of course, start his own church.
Well, you always leave big church so that you can become an independent church.
Yeah. He's independent church. This is from his About Me page. I think I made the right call. And again, money is money, and I could have made some money. I just didn't feel comfortable with this. I hope you agree with me.
It was 4 years ago that God spoke to me and instructed me to go tell the people it's time to get back to God, back to His morals, His principles, and His values. Those morals, principles, and values that can only be found in the Word of God. He was also...
So far, pretty standard stuff, right? Nothing crazy.
Careful
I don't
to
know,
provide
man.
for this
My mom
movement.
was already saying he looks like a scammer.
He does,
Like,
yeah.
just you can look at him and he seems scammy.
There's something scammy about this, 100%.
A foundational scripture which is found in 2 Chronicles 7:14, which says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, I will forgive their sins, and I will heal their land." So it was made abundantly clear that the people God was inviting back are the very people who say that they're saved and following Christ, but are not standing up for Him and His word.
Want to make it clear as well, I have nothing against if you're a Christian or whatever religion you are. This is not what I'm saying. Like, I will gladly do work for any religious entity that I don't feel.
You know, I used to.
Yeah, exactly.
And Owen, what I'm more upset about is that you didn't send this to me, bro. I think I could get this done.
And yeah, Samantha has nailed like one of the first big red flags. Well, he said God spoke to him, so already kind of crazy. Absolutely, like that's where we're starting.
We usually call that schizophrenia.
Yep.
He looks a little stoned too, right? Like he's.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is.
More proof
There's a
that we have
Whitaker
not stood up for God in this country. Look at our schools. They're no longer institutions of higher learning.
This is where I need you to pay very close attention, because this is where I start getting like, okay, this guy's crazy. Maybe I can work with him still, but already like feeling the ick on me. This is where I'm like, I just go, nope, and you'll hear it.
Look at our schools. They're no longer institutions of higher learning, but rather a breeding ground for Islamic teachings, homosexuality, and the like.
Nope.
Oh.
So clearly this guy is also homophobic.
And Islamophobic.
Islamophobic. So yeah.
Where did that part come from, really? I mean,
exactly.
Geez.
Look at our families.
Where did either come from?
With as many Christians getting divorces as non-Christians. Look at our communities. They're broken with an infestation of drugs, alcohol, prostitution, and the like.
Yeah.
And look at our government. It's broken. Whether Democrat, Republican, or independent, they're all rotten to the core. And to make matters worse, our Constitution is under attack.
Yeah, I agree. I was with him, like Sam says. I agree with her. I mean, I was with him when he said our schools suck, but not for those reasons. You're absolutely right. Our schools do suck. That is something our education system definitely needs addressing. But I don't think those reasons are exactly why it needs addressing. I think one of my biggest complaints about this whole thing as well is he's really empowering people to vote in a certain way, and he's trying to enforce, or not enforce, but trying to push a more godlike agenda into government, which is something I'm fervently against because of the simple reason of separation of church and state. And that was the end-all reason why I didn't want to take the job. I probably shouldn't have called him out on such a big forum as the Oh No radio show, but I also kind of just wanted to give you a little taste of this charlatan, and realistically, I honestly think he is preying on lower income members of the black community. They're going to believe his bullshit. And I don't think that I could have been a part of that. Yeah, okay, fine. You could have just set up his stuff and made some money, Owen. I don't want to be attached to this in the slightest, and I hope you agree with my decision.
I 100% do agree with not working for people like that. I'll say it publicly because it is what it is. That's one of the reasons I left the job in Sanford at the Corner Cafe. The guy just started out cool, but as I progressed even farther, turned super manipulative, very he turned out like he was talking about all of his just being a real shitbag, misogynistic, racist.
There comes a point where you just no, I can't work for that person. I don't want to work around or with that person. I don't want, especially me being a freelancer doing a project for him, I don't want my name associated with that, right? I don't want him passing that along to other people. I don't feel comfortable with that.
I mean, I've done a variety of jobs that I don't necessarily agree with.
Absolutely, but there's kind of a line there. There's a line. There's certain limits to that. I could work. I could work the Republican convention, national convention, or something, right? I could run audio for that and not agree.
I mean, you remember, I did the Trump campaign,
right?
I shot promotional footage for Trump campaign while he was here in Florida.
That doesn't make you a Trump voter. That doesn't make you a supporter. No. That makes you an employee of a political system. If you're okay with that, then you're okay with that.
It slowly made me feel guilty afterwards, but I was fine with it at the time.
And let's be real, it wasn't gonna pay me super great anyway. I also just want to call it out and make sure everybody knows that guy that we were just looking at, he owns a restaurant, and it's called Dexter's Birdland. It's over by Exploria Stadium off Church Street, basically, or one of a cross section of it's near Exploria Stadium. Just put it that way. Mm-hmm. It's
Birdland.
It's down. Yeah, it's called Dexter's Birdland. And it's a soul food fried chicken restaurant. And
wait, well, hold on. Fried chicken is second. How is the fried chicken?
I haven't had it.
If it's banging,
well,
if it's banging, man, it's gonna be hard to turn him down.
It was one of the reasons I was actually excited about the project, because if I knew he had the restaurant, but I didn't know that he was a nut job. So I was actually excited to go down there, help him with his setup at the restaurant, help him out with everything. I thought we were doing a restaurant thing,
because you thought you were gonna get some free fried chicken.
Fuck yeah, I did. I did. I thought I was.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
And it was gonna probably be awesome with killer mac and cheese, and I'm sure the food is probably pretty fucking good, but
and now I'm rethinking this. You messed up here, man, because if we would have got in tight with this guy, we could have had a fried chicken sponsor.
I know.
We could have had fried chicken in the studio.
I know. I messed up.
You can't taste is homophobia, Owen. It doesn't come through in food. I mean, it sucks.
When have my morals let me get in the way of anything, guys?
I know, bro.
Okay. Am I getting old? I don't know. I'm getting soft. I'm getting soft. That's all it is. I'm getting soft.
But what does suck about this is, Owen.
You know how. Go ahead. Sorry.
What does suck about this is that some people do turn to religion, and I don't want to be rude, but it's just because they're easily swayed.
Yeah, they're easily swayed. Yeah,
they believe, and they believe so fervently. The problem with this guy is he's telling you, he's painting that picture again where it's I'm the only one that can help you.
Yeah.
Like you have to like it sounds cultish. It's like you have to shut the rest of these voices out.
It's very cultish.
And listen to me, because God spoke to me, and I can help you, and we can like use this to get back to better morals.
I was gonna play more of the clip, but I don't want to give too much attention to this, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, I'm just gonna let it. You can find it.
And it's shitty too, because he's basically saying like, oh, because homophobia has like more kids are more comfortable with coming out.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying the problem is. It's like, yeah, homophobia isn't something to be closeted anymore or like ashamed about.
And he clearly has a problem with the whole thing. Exactly. Yeah. It's this is the type of person that I just knew I wasn't going to be able to reason with and wouldn't feel comfortable working for or around. And it's, it could have gone two ways, right? Maybe I'm in a rush. I decide to go over there. I never hear anything about this. I just do the job. But it's like I almost wish I didn't click on it, right? It's like if I didn't know and I just went over and just did, like, I'd be fine. But now I know and I can't do it. Like, look at me being all